So I decided to go with the this one. So I prefer to go with the this. This is a template. So if you want to go with this one, first of all, you need to install the grid. You need to install the grid. Let me show you. So you need to do npm here npm install material UI MUI /x data, and then install grid. So you can just follow this one and then install grid. So this is taking away. All right. So after installation, you will now see you can go to your JSON package, JSON package.json. Sorry, and then you will see you have MUI grid is here. So make sure to install it. Next, we can actually restart our server, and then this is I have the table here already. But what you should do is you go to this one. This is actually the one we are using, so I can copy this one again. Remember, it's this one data table with the okay, data table component has the close mapping to whatever. All right, so this is the one we are actually using. So you can go to, you can copy, just copy the code there, and then you go to your VS Code. For example, this one is a sample which I created to call data, product data. So this is from a component. So you go to component where the folder products folder, and then you create the product table. You can just undo this one, and what I would like to use here is you want to post this one in here, but I want to change the name. You can call this the same name. It's a products tables, right? This error is actually from React. You can get rid of this one. So this is the default we have. So we can go to, remember this is the name. So we can copy this name. We go to seller. You go to seller. So a page, you go to page, seller folder, and then seller folder, and then you go to partials, and then we don't create, actually we go to seller product template. This is the one, seller product template, and then right below here we want to add remove this one. You won't have this one, but me, I have it because I tested from my end before. And then we add a table. So I'm just going to paste the one we copied from here. So we need to import it. The table, that's the name. So we are going to import from table. I can show you an example. So go to component. You need to go to component, and then product slash product table. So that now you have it here. So make sure that is within the parenthesis. Okay, and then save. So I go back to our application. This is the application. Let's try to reload. Oh, our server is not actually running. So try to restart the server. Try to run the server again. Now the server is running. So this since it's restarting, yeah. All right, so we can go to product. Now this is the product. This is what we have. You can see here is referring to username, whatever. So we can now use this one for showing. You can modify this to show the product. Here we can make some changes here. First of all, let's make some change. This button we want it to appear in all components. So to do that, we can remove this. Let's go. I'll show you. You can actually remove this one. Let's just remove the button. Let's only remove the button, and then go to dashboard, seller dashboard, and then scroll down a little bit. Somewhere we're actually loading the. You see, this is the template we are loading, but now this template is from the demo page. This is where you're using demo page. One thing is, if for example we take the whole thing, go back to product here. If you take the whole thing, copy the whole thing, and then go back to seller dashboard, and then just paste this one here. Handle add product. So you need to create this, but before that, you can just test to handle it later. And then save. Go back to dashboard. Now you see the button is there, but we can test to see if it's actually the same button. It's actually the same button. So if you go back here, you want to get this button. No, sorry. Here, okay, actually here, and then we want to remove this one, and then take it to dashboard. So you can scroll just a little bit here. Make sure that is with the function, the function we're actually exporting. Within seller dashboard, you can add the button here or the function here, and we need now to export to also get the add product. So this is the add product. Copy this one and then replace it here. And then now we need the add product component, so we can find it where it is. This is the add product component, so can just take it and then go back to dashboard. We can just show it here. Anywhere here is okay, but we need to import it. It's actually here, so just cut it and then go back to dashboard and then just this one here. So try to clean up this one. We don't need this, and then we don't need also this one either, and then we don't need this one. So I can save that one and then go back, try to close this to clean up a little bit. Now we need to scroll now, copy the add product function. I want to add it here. So on click, yeah, I want to call add button, add product, and then clear this one. Handle add product is also there. Let's see. Close. We also need to get the close, add product, all of that. We don't have this one. And then add on save product. You can actually get rid of this one. And we can instead add only this one here. I'll scroll down and then const close add product, and then just set that to false. Okay, save. So back to our dashboard. add product. Okay, let's try to fix that error. This is the one. Let's try to search for it. There's the component, product, add product. Okay, now save. So it's here, and then if you click, we're still now seeing our add product. So let's clean up a little bit this one. For now, we can remove this. We don't need this for now. So if you want, you can just say the product. Yeah, like first of all, let's add the padding left and right. Instead of saying that, you can just say seller product. So if you save that, we have that there. But some errors here you can fix. You can ignore this one for now, as we are going back to here. Is something we don't want to see, we don't want to add, we don't want to this one. We only want to the button, and then we can also add some padding X to 4, and then padding Y, let's try to 2. Okay, but if you want the button to be on the other side, yeah, we can do get rid of this one. We can do something, for example, flex. Actually, it's flex and then justify between, or if you want to justify end, so everything will go to the end here. You can correct the button the way you want to see it. If you want to just smaller, you can have it smaller. Okay, so we have much to add, but the thing is, you see now this button will appear anywhere from the user seller's dashboard. So you can add, seller can add much more product here. For now, let's focus on first of all bringing the sellers sellers content. This dashboard content, but dashboard content, we can we want to remove this one. We don't want that, but that one doesn't matter. We will work on that from a different angle. But for now, let's focus on product template. So for product template, we want the product template to require data. To require, let's say, product. Yeah, we want to get product, and then we want to edit the columns. We want to edit the columns. This is row, so this is kind of data, so you can get rid of this one. You don't need that, so we can actually use the product. So for product, we can check, first of all, keep the row there to help you see. For product, we want to pass the product, yes, here, and then, but we want to check first of all if you have a product, because if you don't have product, you will get an error. So for that, we can do something, for example, let's say if we have product, if product and product.length is greater than 0, and then we will show this one. Else else we can just return something, for example, no product. But instead of doing that, you could just do check here if you have a product, and product.id, the product.length, and product.length is greater than 0. We want to show this one, else, yeah, else we can just return else you can return no product available, unexpected token. Okay, you want to show product.length is greater than 0, so we want to show the product, else we want to tell user that there's no product. So we don't just want to say nil, but we can, for example, tell user that, okay, there's no product. So we can actually use this as a div, and then class name, text center, but you can do flex, justify center, and then item center. Class name, sorry, you can fix that, just add s here, yeah, and then for this one we can just pass a paragraph, and then class name, yeah. So if there's no product, at least user can know that, okay, there's no product. What I like to do, we can actually just create a function and then export it after. Export the function now up here, but first of all, let's create the props. Let's say product table dot props, prop types, and then product is equal to array, but we need to import the prop types. Can do import import prop types, from prop types. What else? This one, okay. For product now, you see we have name, last name, but we want to change that. Want to change it that. So I would like to go faster. So what I can do is I can copy this one. So just copy the whole code, because we want to at least save sometimes. We want to use the ChatGPT AI. Let's update this this table. This table from products. That's a code, and then product. We can also give it the product model. Let's say here's product model. Okay, or we can just give product model, product fields. That's much easy. Product fields, you have name, name, have price. So can start with picture and name, price, price, and then what we want to name. We want to name price and what. Let's take take a look at the flow table. I like it, but it's a bit much code to add there. Let's say table. Okay, you have product name, color, category. Instead, you can just add category because in this we are not covering color. If you want for color, please leave some comment below. Make sure to subscribe, please. All right. And then call to and then actions. Huh? So action that you can have things like edit or delete. Huh? Okay. Okay. We are waiting for AI to complete generating the code. So we can also take a break. So this is the generated code. So we take this one and then just going to replace here. Let's see what we have. So the field now we have name, price, we have image, set white. Okay. Let's just save that one. We are not expecting anything. So if you reload, you're not actually expecting anything. We are expecting no data because you need to pass the data there. And then I've noticed that material UI, after you save, you reload it, at least take time. I don't know why. Okay, no product. So go back to seller product, and then we don't need this one. We don't need this one. Instead, if you want it, it could be smaller like this. Like let's say base, and then if LG for large screen, you can add a text to XL. We don't need this one. Okay. Don't need another one. You can get rid of this one. We just need a bit of title, and then so here now we need to pass the product. The product we don't have, but if you take the example product from AI, yeah, this is the product from AI. You just pass it here to test. This is the product, so just pass this product here, and then save. Now we see we have the product that is the one generated by AI. So we have few things here to correct, but we don't want to get this from AI. We actually want to get our product. So we want product to be our product, and then we don't have a product, so let's go and create it. The const product, then it's there, but let's create also const is loading to force const errors message of that. So we want to use effect, to load to fetch product. So we'll also use axios. So if I do comment like this, the AI, I'm using Coginium, AI will be able to automatically generate for me the code here, so I don't have to type everything. Okay, so I can now use effect. Oh, sorry, let's see. Yeah. Okay, use effect to generate now a code. Come on, what the hell is going on? Okay, use effect. We want to generate the code. Yes. But what I would like to do is, so we want to call a function get product here. So get products. So we want to create that function. Const get product, and then we want to pass all of this one, try catch, we pass product, and then seller, all of that one, product. So you can set here, you can actually remove this one, we just passed here. Yeah, if it's error, we set error, else we set false. We need to import axios, and then also import our server base URL, and then also here we need to pass let's pass some token here, header, and then pass the token. So we need to get the session const session, but we need to also bring in import import use authentications from hooks, and then also need to import use effect from React. This is it. So what I would like to do is, first of all, if it's loading, we want to show it's loading. So we can check here. Let's check if it's loading. If it's loading, we can do, for example, if it's loading, show is loading, else show that. But what I like to do is I have to create another function, a const show error message. Show error message. So we return error message. We can return something, for example, let's say say h1, h1 no h1 h2 something went wrong, but you can pass class name, all of that, and then just pass a paragraph here with this message. Okay, that's if there is error. And then you can have now show const show data is equal to function. So for this guy, we just return this poster, the product. So down here, we can now try to manage to check now if is loading. We show the loading. Remember, we can show the loading or just message, the loading speed body or just message. So for that, we can do something. For example, if it's loading, we show the loading, else show the message, else we show this one. Okay, so now if we load, we are expecting an error because the root is not does not exist. Huh? But you can adjust something small if you have noticed it. Dashboard layout, I don't know. Can you wrap some class to dashboard layout? I don't know, some class. Let's do, for example, let's try to see. Nope. Actually, I can wrap. Let's try something like the div. So, for example, turning x to 4. I don't know. I'm trying something like this to see. We can also give AI to. I don't know where is that coming from. We can also give AI to clean up a little bit. We will give AI. So we want to give some padding to this one. Actually, we can use what happens if you use here div, and then a class wide full at padding x 4. How is that sound? Try to reload. Nope. Oh, sorry. This is the one we are working on. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so the error is there. We don't have data. We have now to fix now. Let's work on the let's work on this part, product, but this is supposed to be a seller. If you don't want to sell, let's just have a look. Go to our backend folder and then route. This is the route. Let's try to see. We don't have seller route. So if you want, you could we can register a seller route here, or we can use the same here. Let's say, for example, okay, let's say we want to use for seller, say router dot get. Let's say, for example, seller, and then we pass the ID and then the product. So we authenticate. This one, make sure we authenticate and then store product. So we are calling the store product again, but this time we don't want to get that store product. Instead, we like I don't know, to separate the things. Let's see how much we have in this function, this file. We can add a more function here, one more function here. Yeah, so we can add, let's say, seller. Okay, store product by seller. Okay, by seller. So this will make sure that okay, we are getting product. You only make a request there if you are authenticated. If you are not authenticated, you won't get product. You get an error. So we want to get this, import this. Want to import this, and then we want to go. We can close this, and then also close this and close this. Also close this one and this one. So we want to also export this one and create it. So const store product by seller. So we get the ID, and then if there's no ID, we return error. Store ID is required. Else we try catch. Store, get the store. If the store is not, if there's no store, return 404, store not found. Else we get the product, find the product where is seller ID. We pass the store, the product, pass the seller ID, and then we do promise.all to wait for all products, and then map get product, process a single product on all of them, every single product, and then if you get an error, return false, internal server error plus error. Else we close this function. Okay, that's it. But we have to correct something here. Thanks to AI, we have to correct something here, which is seller. If you go to store, let me show you. If you go to product, this is our model, product model. If you scroll down just a little bit, if you see seller is actually user, and if you see store is actually the store. So now it depends. Which one are you passing here? Product by seller. So we want to pass the seller or user. If you pass here store, and then now this we will require store ID. Okay, now we are waiting now for the store ID. So when you get the ID, we check store ID is required. That's good. And then we check we get the store by ID. That's good. And then we get now the product by store ID. The product by store ID. So we pass the store ID. That's good. And then we process the product, all of them, and then we return. That's correct. Now back, just confirm this is what we have. So you can now copy this part. Okay, here we also have the same URL. That by store ID. So it's better to change here to seller to avoid this error, to avoid the duplicate route. So just call seller. Here is store, but here is seller. So it's actually behind the scene is actually the same thing, but it's just that here we are authenticated, there we are not authenticated. So here we have to make sure it's only seller, store. Seller can access this route. So that means if you have, let's say, store owner, can access this route. So we take this one, and then we go to our front end. Here we want to change. Okay, we still have to make we have to pass product, because we are using the same route registration, product, and then seller, and then we pass the ID. So to just be a bit clear, we can now say store ID, or you can make sense, just say store ID. So if you pass store ID, make sure to go to the product in where we are accessing. Instead to access ID, we want to access a store ID here. And then if the store ID is not equal to nil, we want to, let's say, store ID is required, and then we also get by store ID. So that makes sense. Back here, so now from our front end here, now we are passing store ID, isn't it? So how do you get the store ID? So we need to get the store ID from the user. From the session, if we know this will get an error, the store ID is required. If you save this and then just go, you get an error, request file with the status 500, because the store ID is required. But what I want to see, let's console.log a session. We want to see if you are able to get we will be able to get the store ID there. session. This is the session, and then this is the user, and then user role. So we don't have store ID. But also, since it's only one store by user, we can also access it from the back end. So I will show you how we can do that. Let's take a break and we get back to it. All right, guys. So I think it's something we can maybe update here. So we don't need the store ID. Since we are passing already the token here, so we can handle everything from back end. Just authenticate the user and then access the store from the back end. And then also make sure to remove this console, clean up a little bit. So you go to back end. Let's clean up the route, remove that one. Instead, we say, just call all, change this to all. Since we already have product and then seller, so we can maybe change to all. Yeah. So back to our back end. So we are passing already authentication here. So if you go to our back end, to our controller, instead of getting this, you can get rid of this one. We can actually get, let's say, seller is equal to request.user.id, because you are getting the user from the request, from the authentication. So just do this. And then if there is no seller, now we return the unauthorized user. But else you can now do fund one, and then we pass store, we pass seller. Now we get the seller. If there is no store, we return error, else we get the product. So if you go here, try to reload, and then go to product, we're getting an error. Let's try to have a look. Seller fund one by user ID, and then we return error if there's no seller. But you can console.log here to see what we're getting. Console.log seller. Let's try to reload back here again. There's no seller. Request.user ID. Let me console.log request.user. Okay, we are getting user. How come this is? Okay, let's try to access .id. Then want to log it. So we are having actually the ID here. So I can do const seller. Don't need that. Const seller is equal to request dot user.id request.user.id. So let's just log the seller here and seller ID. Then try to log again. Okay, no product found. The ID is there. That's strange. Supposed to get one. Okay, let's clear this one. If there's no seller, else get store. Okay, and then we can see. Let's console.log. Oh, this is actually correct. If you console.log product, actually you'll see the product here. Process product. Let's console.log this one. Console.log process product. And just save that. Try to reload. Try to reload. No product found, but here there's no product actually. Why there's no product? So if we take product, we have a seller, product. So we have a store. So here we're supposed to get store, okay, which is actually store, not seller. That's my bad. Okay, let's try to view again. Let's see. Oh, now we have product, okay, and back end also we have product. We only have one product for this user. Okay, we actually load it twice, huh? So first of all, let's remove this one. We can use AI to clean up our code. Let's use chat GPT to clean up our code. Let's clean up this code, and note that I said not do not rename variables or functions. Okay, let's clean it up a little bit, and then we can continue. Is something you want to have a look here? Okay, let's go back to AI to see the change. Remove unnecessary comment, keep only relevant inline notes where implementation is pending. Okay, let's first of all copy this one. So you can use AI to just help you clean up the code, to refactor your code so that you don't have to have so much things. All right, we can test it. The one refactored by AI. Let's try to reload. So we go to product, and then we still have our product. So now in product we have we can edit it and then also add the product. But one thing here, if it's loading, we don't want to make a request. Let's check here. We don't want to make a request twice. Let's try to, if it's not loading. No. First of all, if it's not loading, make a request. Try to avoid making a request twice. Okay, so let's try to reload. Okay. This is what we have here. We only have one product. So the things here we want to edit. We want to edit the product. We want to make a lot of things here to do. Here I can manage the columns, all of that. But adding another product, when we add another product, we want to go to that product, and then we can view it. So let's try to add another product. Let's add, for example, HP. HP 240 something, I don't know which we can give. We can also try to go online. Just go get the lorem. Can get lorem. Here we need to get some more content so that we can see. Just copy this one. So this is the description. And then the category is electronics, and then laptops. So next, price before, let's say 400, and then current price, let's say 300. And then next, in stock, let's say 20, and then upload Apple, what, HP, let's say HP, this one, and then save product. Okay, this is the product. You want to see just the details. Okay, if you go to store, this is the store. This now we have two product, and then just come to here is for 25. This one is 23. We can also, if you want, we can also show price before and current price. So it depends on how you want to show it. Because we remember we have price before, no? We can show it. Now, if I go to my profile, and then I go, this is order. We don't have orders yet, but if you go to my product is here. So this is actually square, but we can change it. Just depend. So what we want to work on is updating the product, whatever the price, all of that. So we need to work on all of that. First of all, let's work. Let add let's correct the price. We have price, and then let's price again. This is the so in case you're having a problem with this table, you can let me know in the comment section. I will work on. I can update this on GitHub. If you don't, in case I forgot to add this to publish this this table, this product table on GitHub. So what we want to do, we want to go to where this is image, this is image cell, and then we have price, then price. What we could have done also, we could have just returned the product. You can also do, let's see. We can actually update since here you are passing the field. What I want to do, we could have done something. For example, where is the product starting from? This is the product. Can do something. For example, you can map the product. Map the product. So you can do const rows. So if the product ID for price, so we have price. Let's say, for example, price, we add something like this. You add $sign and then price, and we use that one here. But we can map. We can only map. Let's see, row. It's not empty, and then we pass these rows here. We can also make some more modifications here, but rows, if we have products, we check if product and product dot length, we show that one. Okay. Now we are getting the $sign. So you can also make some more modifications, whatever you want. If you want to add price before plus price now, let's say, for example, we want to sorry, this is a back end. Let's go to front end. Let's say, for example, say price before, I don't know, price product dot discount. You can show discount discount in a percent. I don't know, we can, whatever you want. Just take your time to play around with it. So I have to save some time to go to do some more stuff. All right, so edit product, we need to add edit product. So I don't know, we continue with the handling match because we have match to handle. For orders, we need to first of all to create, to work now on a card. We can work on a card. So let's say that we need now to work on if this user is not signed in, we can now add on the card. If the user is actually a customer, we can show now the card. But first of all, let's log out and then sign up. Let's sign up as a user, as a buyer or customer. All right. So now let's log in. Okay. Now this user doesn't have an order or card. There's no card, is not there. So we want to now work on the card. So let's go and work on that.